hustlers. Bit of a different one this week. Not sure how I feel about it as well. Obviously, there's a lot going on in our life, as you know. There's been some massive changes in the last 12 months, particularly in the last, I'd say, 6 months. Obviously, we got Vera. Obviously, before all that, quit my job, resigned, wanted a different life, trying to escape the matrix, that sort of thing. Got Vera, started venturing into the world of van life, which we've just become enthralled with. Absolutely love it. Vera's an absolute diamond. We've also been using her to stay, kind of to look after ourselves while we're on site at a new place. Again, that's a massive change as well. Relocating to a completely different part of the country. Mortgage free, granted, but so stressful trying to figure everything out. And we're 3 hours away from kind of friends and family. Not that that is a bad thing, and this is no offence to any friends and family, obviously, but it's still just a big culture shock. I think that's what I'm trying to say. We know we've absolutely done the right thing. This house, great bones, as I say, you can see behind me. We're still not getting anywhere fast because there's a particular order of events that we need to get things done, and that sort of leads to a little bit about what I want to talk to you about today. Sad times. Basically, we've made the decision, Kelly and I, been speaking about it for a few weeks now, just to discuss what our options are. But we have made the sad decision to kind of sell Vera. Firstly, I know a lot of people are going to say, you haven't had her long, why don't you try and work it out, blah, blah, blah. Totally understand that. We have looked, for us personally, we've looked at all the different options that we can go through, all the different scenarios, and unfortunately, because of what we want from our life, we want this house not done, but we want to be able to live in it. It's a long way off that. We've got the budget for all the fundamentals, which are already in process, which you should have started to see some of those in some of the videos that we've been doing. So plumbing, electrics, flushing toilet, moving a toilet upstairs, all that type of stuff. We've got the budget for all that, and we've got the budget, a small budget for other stuff. However, being quite naive in terms of property renovation, especially because the last house that we were in that we did renovate completely throughout, including plumbing and electrics and stuff, we had a project manager to work for us, and basically we had one cost and it was complete job and finish, and that was obviously very privileged, but that was so lucky for us because we just knew what our budget was and we just got to go and pick out all the nice stuff. But so the reason that we're taking this tough decision is because essentially comes down to we want to be able to push more funds into the house. Now, we are so upset because we've only had Vera for like 7 months, I think. She's been amazing. You've seen all our videos, you've seen all our Instagram, no problems whatsoever. She's fantastic. Absolutely love her, and I really want her to go to a good home, just like I know the previous owners before who we bought it off, they wanted her to go to a good home as well, and that's why we're making this decision, because one, we wouldn't have had the opportunity in the next 12 months, I'd say, to go out on any trips, not because of funds, but just because we're so busy. Two, we want her to go to a good home and get out on adventures and do stuff. I know that sounds a bit wanky, but look, ultimately, we want funds in. That's our asset at the moment, other than the house. So we're gonna, obviously we've got another car, but in terms of a decent bit of money that we can attain at this point, this is the decision that we've needed to make. So we've had some unexpected costs, ones that we're able to get over at the moment, but that then does take away budget for other stuff. For example, as I said, we've got the budget for the plumber and electrician. They're doing their works at the moment. Now, you've seen all the pipe work's been laid. This is the plumber side of things, okay? So all the pipe work's been done, all the chasing out's been done, all the new boiler and immersion tank and everything is in. And I'm pointing that way because it's over through that door there. That's all done. All the pipe work outside, all the groundwork, that's all been done. and now they like, they're right, by the way, I'm just saying it from my experience. Right, so there's no point in us putting in the new toilet, the basin or the shower and everything, because you need to do plastering and tiling and everything in there first. It will make sense. We're like, right, okay. And I know people are probably watching this thinking, you're so thick. We knew this. We thought that we could do room by room, but a lot of the trades are like, to be honest, if you've got time, you might as well get all that done, or let's do that first. And then, so basically we've now got to try and find the money for a tiler, which we had around last night to quote, all the tiles. We've got to get that all done. We've also got our plaster that's got to come in and do that, so that before that they can even get a bathroom. So we've got the bathroom on site. It's actually in the next room, just standing there waiting for these bits to be done. So we have to push forward on these. And then obviously we had the unexpected cost of the fireplace that we need to open up, which we need a professional, quite frankly, to come in and kind of rebuild part of the chimney breast and kit it all out so we're ready for a log burner. Then you've got the log burner cost, which we sort of did budget for anyway, but not all this external work. And I absolutely know that once you start renovations and once you start works and stuff like that, they're always more than what you think. But please remember that we bought this house at auction and we had literally a 10 to 20 minute viewing, and then we went for it. And it's nobody else's fault. This is the house we want. This is the area that we want to be in. This is the land we want. We love the neighbours. We love the area. We just want to get a bit more done than we initially thought, and opening stuff up. And you know, if you're going to do something right, you're best off just getting it all done properly. The house is bare bones at the moment, so little things like the electrician's chased in all the walls, and he's like, some of the walls were quite good to be fair, and he's proper gone for it. And we're like, oh, looks like we're going to need all those walls plastered and everything now to fill in the chasing. Now, we have seen YouTube videos, we haven't looked at the stuff, do it ourselves. There's some things I just think, look, I want that to be of a really good finish. I don't think we can do that. There's absolutely so much that we can do. But bits like that, when we've got the trades there and they are kind of available and they are offering good prices, in my opinion, and we have done our research, we've just kind of found ourselves nestled in with a group of really good people, like the tradesmen. They all seem fantastic, they're all friendly, they're all talking to each other, they're all helping us out, they're all coming out of hours when they're trying to fit us in and bits like that. So I'm confident that we're being given great advice, and I'm so happy with the quality of the workmanship that's been done already. There's lots more to come on that obviously, but this primarily was just to say that today, it's quite early in the morning, I've got up, you can probably hear the birds singing, Kel's still asleep. I'm going to need to jump in the car, head back to Essex, because that's where Vera has been the last week or so. So our living arrangements have changed. With my dad not on site, we've been luckily able to use my dad's motorhome as a base, and we've been living in that essentially. So we're still able to eat, we're still able to sleep, we're still able to cook and wash and stuff like that. So this is the first time that Kelly, well, either one of us, but it's Kelly's turn this time to be on site on her own. So I'm a little bit nervous about that for her, just purely because of kind of how she's feeling at the moment. It's just a lot. I know people watch these videos and probably thinking, what the hell are you going on about? You just got a new house, you should be lucky. Yes, absolutely, but I've still got the stress of driving 3 hours back. Someone is actually booked in for a viewing on Vera late afternoon today. So I'm hoping that all goes well. But again, it's the first viewing that we've had since we've advertised it online. And it might not be successful, but so then I'll be back either late tonight or first thing in the morning. Probably first thing in the morning because my dad's going to come back with us again, help out with a few bits we've got going on. But essentially, the main message of this is van life is changing as we know it. We're going to be saying goodbye at some point. I don't know whether that will be tonight or in the next week or the next 2 weeks, the next month, whatever. But Vera, unfortunately, will be leaving us at some point to help us raise some cash to plunge into our next phase of renovations, where we've done a lot of first fix. We want to move to second fix now. We've had some extensive conversations on this, and absolutely van life is not over for us. It's just over for us as we know it right now. So I'll explain a little bit about what that means a bit later on, but I'm going to be heading off. Hopefully the viewing goes well, but obviously I'll share that with you. And I guess now, cue the montage of amazing Vera moments. She's been a ledge. Hustlers, it's a sad day. The lady that came to look at Vera, who I mentioned, she's coming to collect it today. First person to view it, loads of interest, but this lady was the first person to view it, and she's kind of kept the engagement going and kept the communication going the whole way through. So she's paid the deposit for her baby. Now she's all empty, as you can see. Pretty much cleared out. Just getting her last belongings out. She's all clean. It's a sad day. However, it does mean that we're going to be able to move forward with some of the bigger projects that we hadn't kind of planned on, such as the rebuild of the chimney breast to create a space for a log burner and the log burner itself. It's bittersweet, really. This is not the end of our van life journey. The one thing that I'm so pleased about is a lady that's coming to collect it in a couple of hours. She is a keen mountain biker, and she travels all over Europe. She's recently come back from a trip in France. So Vera is going to travel. She's going to an amazing home. I'm just really chuffed. I'm really gutted because we had so many big plans and aspirations for our girl. We've looked after her, and we know that she's going to be looked after going forward. So sad day, but on to the next. We always knew that we was heading into this new journey and this new life, that things were going to be up and down. We didn't know what we were going to be doing 100%, but now, yeah, she's coming in a bit and Vera will be off to her new home, but we will 100% be doing van life in the future. Just for now, it's about getting our house finished and how we want it, and then we can regroup, refocus, and then move on for the next adventures. But we appreciate all the support that we've had so far. I'm sure Kel will jump on with me in a bit once it's finally gone. The channel is obviously primarily going to be about our life, and this is what's happening in our life. It's not a van life channel, it is everything that's going on. You've seen more renovation stuff recently, but yeah, this is just the next development in our crazy life that I don't know what's going on, so any day could be different. So thanks for watching, hustlers. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share for the rest of our journey. Who knows where we'll end up. See you next time.